Hi everyone. So actually I want to talk like why should I prefer long content over the short content. So like there are multiple points which I'd like to discuss, that why do I prefer long content over the short content, and the time duration of the long content would be somewhere around 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 13 minutes. So why do I prefer that? It's because when you're making a content which is like 10 minutes, it's actually when viewers are watching that video, what it tells to the people is that they are giving 30 minutes of their time to your video. So then what will it make actually is that it's going to give them the perspective to think in a different way. Why? Because short content doesn't have that impact on the people thoughts, because you're scrolling, and 30 seconds of a video you're scrolling down, it will never have that kind of impact. But when you're watching a video which is like having a duration of 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 30 minutes, any topic, anything, I'm not saying you have to watch a specific video or you have to watch something like this, anything whether it's related to the tech, whether it's related to the history, music, anything, you will see that when you're watching it for the long duration, it will always have an impact. It will always have an impact on your thought process. You will think about that particular topic for like after also stopping the video, and you will actually think about it, and that thought is going to stay within your mind for a very long period of time. So that's the importance of long content. Why? Because nowadays we are all seeing that reels and shorts, like they are taking the leaps over the market, and they are becoming the primary source for any kind of creators and content creators. But I feel like I'm not here to disrespect that, but that is also absolutely valid, and that is also absolutely correct to make a short content also. But I feel like the major difference between the long content and the short content is that short content is purely from the infotainment purpose, from the entertainment purpose. It's whether it's reel having a good music and a good background and a good visuals. But you cannot actually make short content like work towards compete with the long content. Why? Because long content have a value, because you're watching it for a long duration of time, and when you're giving your time to that video, you'll get at least something from that. So that's why I like to prefer, and I also like to make long content, like which could be last for 10 minutes, 12 minutes, because I need time for my, actually I need some time to convert my thoughts into words. Because when I'm talking to a camera, it's very important for me to realize the fact that I should give something which is valuable, I should talk about something which is valuable, because obviously I won't be able to see any growth. Because if I'm not making anything which doesn't give you value, I'll not see any growth. And for me, it's really important to see a growth also. So my mentality, it's always something that if I wanted to make something, it should have any kind of value. And that's why I prefer like long content. And I have started making it like from the last 2-3 months. I'm not at my best right now, but I'll try to improve. So like that is like the major difference between like long content and short content. And long content you can see on the YouTube and something like that platform, and short content that reels are there, shorts are there, they're also good. I'm not disrespecting them, I'm not disregarding the fact that that is not validated. That is absolutely validated from the infotainment purpose, from the entertainment purpose. But when you actually compare the short with the long content, I'll try to choose long over short, because it gives value, and value has a different importance, because when you are watching something for that time duration, it will always have some kind of impact on your thought process. And I know that, because I started watching, like my journey of watching content started from lockdown period, like from post 2020. I started watching a lot of content, and from there on I realized that there is the difference, there is a very thin line between short and a long content. So that is why I try to tell you that why long content and what is the major difference between short and a long. That long content is going to stay with you, within your thoughts, within your mind for a longer period of time. Short content you will watch once for infotainment, for fun, but it's not actually going to have that much impact on your thought process. So thank you so much for watching, and if you like this, you can put your reviews into the comment box. Bye.